I thought we handled pressure extremely well, even though we had 15 turnovers. Those were all in the half court. I thought we're getting better at that. But my team's growing up. I like my team. They're a lot of fun. And I'll just say this, we got to keep working. But I'll take any of my guys, and I'm just glad that we were able to recruit a guy from Sanford and a guy from Butler, and had a guy coming back that started. But now you guys know those guys are pretty dang good. So, that's a credit to my staff that recruited, and, they're growing up. Just real excited for them. I just got to, like Ben Crenshaw said in the Ryder Cup, because I'm a golf addict, I got a really special feeling about these guys. And I always have. Even when y'all were writing us off and said we were a disaster in Hawaii, well, that tonight wasn't a disaster. And those guys grew up, and they're getting better, and they're a lot of fun. They get my blood pressure up. They play loose, and they have no fear. And I told them tonight that I wanted them to be fearless. They were pretty fearless. So, really happy for our guys.
Start on the way you closed out the game, Coach, and finished.
What about it?
Yeah.
I just think that's growing. I think we've had some mistakes. If you guys watched the Auburn game, which a lot of you did, we had 2 possessions to win the game, and we threw the ball away and then took a bad shot. I think our guys are maturing. The Rice game, we had some free throws to seal it. We didn't seal it. And then we come back to Boise. We go 9 of 10 late in the game. We don't turn it over. We get the ball. We get to the line. We make shots. So that's 2 games in a row where they've grown up. So it's hard to believe that I'm starting 3 sophomores and 2 juniors, and 1 junior hadn't played here. So it's a big win for us. Boise was a big win. So just proud of them. What I had Sam, Cullen, Elijah, and Tim too. That was a tough season for them last year. And I'm just happy that they persevered and believed in me and trust me, and that's what it's all about. That's why they came here. And I told them before they went out there to play tonight, I go, these games are the reason why you came to play here. These games are the reason why you came to play in New Mexico. So I think they're growing up, Henry, in the sense that I think they can finish now. I don't know if they could do that earlier.
Tim Williams, 12 straight at one point.
Mm-hmm.
17 points in the second half. Had he talked? I know he doesn't talk much. Had he talked or said anything to you that gave you any indication that that last game at UNLV was bothering him, or that he might have a performance like this tonight?
No, I didn't. We don't talk about that. I just knew he was going to play well. He's been playing well. I think he's had 2 bad games for us, and I don't consider them bad games. New Mexico State down there when he got in foul trouble, UNLV up there, but he's been Mr. Consistent, and he's just got amazing hands. I know we had a lot of scouts in the stands to watch certain guys, but I'm sure they found somebody else.
You guys were obviously, and you've said it before, you gave him a lot of touches early and often.
Mm-hmm.
That second half in particular, though, you guys really made an effort in the guards. I would think you would be happy with how they were getting him the ball in that direction.
I'll just say this. I think the players made nice adjustments to get him the ball.
Coach, can you elaborate on what Tim did down the stretch, and just was it as simple as everybody give him the ball and get out of the way when he's feeling it like that?
I think he willed us to win. I think, I got to give Cullen and Elijah credit, because they were getting blitzed, and what I mean by getting blitzed, they were trying to take the ball out of their hands and trying to take it out of Elijah's hand and Cullen, and Cullen was smart enough to tell me sometimes he tries to coach us, but he said just get Tim and get him out of the way, and he couldn't. They couldn't stay in front of him. So we ran some nice sets, got him the ball, and you got to give Elijah and Cullen and X and Sam and those guys that played, give them credit, because they sacrificed and he made big plays, in which he can. So I thought it was a good job. I think I know Elijah and Cullen are growing. I know they're coaches' sons, but they're smart enough to know when somebody's going, and we're going to go to them. So they made a pretty good adjustment.
With the disparity with the points in the paint, 50 and 30, was that just a matter of Tim taking over, or was that just a matter of everyone
Well, I think the biggest thing that I told them before we went out, and I preached to them because we didn't practice on Sunday. We didn't practice Sunday. We went over film. We didn't practice Monday. Elijah didn't practice. Tim did a little bit. I saved some of those guys. I just told them that they can't shoot 33 free throws, and we're not. I said we have to attack. We got to drive it. We got to get in the paint. We got to drive and kick. We got to get some paint touches, and we got to score, try to get to the line. And I think our guys were real physical, real aggressive. To be honest with you, we were 3 for 13 from three, but I think, I don't know if there was too many bad ones. I thought Cullen had to take the one the shot clock to start the half, but I thought we had pretty good looks. And then, if you make 2 or 3 of those, then it's a different deal, but that's the way it is. You're going to make them sometimes, and you're going to miss them sometimes. But I thought they were really, really persistent on doing what I asked them to do. And they've done that all year. Now, they've had some adversity, and they went separate ways a couple times. But I think they're understanding how good they can be and what they can do. And, it's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to be around them and just see them grow up.
Does it just go to show that this team can beat you in a number of different ways?
Yeah, I can go through the season. O has 10 and 7, and he missed a couple catches, so big deal. He affects the game with his blocks. We go to Fresno, and Elijah doesn't play, and Cullen has 20 and a half. We win and play pretty good basketball, flawless basketball, get us better team. We go to Boise, and Cullen gets in foul trouble. EB makes some unbelievable shots. Cullen comes in and hits 2 big threes, and then throws the alley-oop to Obach, and then throws an 84-foot baseball pass against Coach's will. We got guys that can make plays, but we had Dane Kuiper at San Jose State. San Jose State. He has 11. Anthony Mathis with a gut has 16 against Air Force. I think we got a lot of weapons, and that's what I've tried to explain to everybody. But we've got a long way to go. We're 9 games in. We got 9 more to go. We got a long way to go. We got a lot of improvement, but it's like I said, they're fun to be around, and we'll keep working.
When Tim was pace, how the tempo was fast. Is that kind of how you want to run it, where you're happy with the pace?
I don't know what were the possessions. 82, Jeff. I think a clock has a lot to do with it, and we talked about that earlier in the year. Yeah, I want to play like that. We did reach it. We got to 15 instead of 20. We got to 12 the other game. So if we can play 82 possessions against a full court pressure team the whole game and only turn it over 15 times in the plays that we make and the things that we do as a team with our players, I'm good with that.
Zimmerman gets 6 points in the second half, doesn't get to the line. What was the defensive plan on him? How did you do?
Well, I think we just made a good effort, trying to take his left hand away. I thought we did a really good effort of shrinking the wood. What I mean is really converging in, not giving him any good kick. He got it so low early. And, low being right on the block, right in the paint. He made some great shots in the first half. He's talented. But I thought we just did nice team defense. And I think we tried to take him, you're not going to take him out of it because he's that good. But we just tried to limit his touches deeper.
When Tim had his big moments there in the second half, it seemed like he was really going back and forth with Cornish, especially from the three-point line. How tough was it to defend the three-point arm when you have a guy being able to shoot like that?
Well, he goes 5 for 6, but I don't know if he's shooting that for the year. They're shooting, I think, 35 or under for a team. They're capable. We showed that. That was evident when we played there. They were over 7 in the first half up there, and then they ended up making a bunch of them in the second half. So we tried to do the best we can, but when you have a ball screen, they're ball screening you, and they're rolling Zimmerman, and you got to tag him. What I mean is you got to come help, and then Strong, it's you got to give up something. You got to give him credit. He made shots, but it wasn't enough.
I know it's not been like you've done for 9 years here with your offense. You're trying to draw fouls all the time.
Right.
Tonight was even a little bit more than normal in that they had a little bit shorter bench with no Carter, and you were going at them. Were you guys going at them even more than normal to try and draw fouls?
Yeah, that's what Coach Harriman kept saying, keep going, they're going to wear out, they're going to wear out. And I kept going, when? When are they going to wear out? Because they keep coming. They keep running. So that was an effort by us. I don't know if that was the key, but, I thought our guys played at a really, really high level. And it's like I said a long time ago, we can talk about everything we do, but I'll take my team and my guys.
We've been talking a lot this year about how this team was searching for a leader, and it seemed like Elijah really stepped up at times and kind of got the guys together, and it just seemed like he was kind of pushing the sense of urgency.
Yeah, I don't think you talk about leadership. I think he's done a great job. I think that we got a lot of guys that do it, and I think he's one of them. But it's like I said in the press conference the other day, guys, just because you score the most points doesn't mean you're the leader. There's a reason why they're scoring them. They're put in positions to do it. That's their role. That's why he was recruited here. Is he going to be a great leader? Yeah, he's going to be a hell of a leader. But we got a young team, and all I'm trying to do is help them grow up. So, yeah, he does a good job. Tim Williams does a good job. Tim just doesn't talk a lot. But when Tim talks, he's like E.F. Hutton, the old commercial. He listens because he doesn't say a lot, but when he says it, he means it. So he's really good. Now you got to realize he was an unbelievable quarterback in high school, and to play quarterback you had to talk. I'm just trying to figure out if I can get him to talk a little more and be a quarterback for us because he's very knowledgeable, he's very smart, but you got to give Elijah's really hurt, but he competes as hard as anybody we've had here. And is he going to be our leader? Yeah, I think we'll have a lot of leaders, but we got a bunch of guys that are just growing together. I put on the board, and I know sometimes I share too much. I said, you can't – if you want to do something together as a group, which they haven't done, then they have to do something that they haven't done work-wise to get there. And they kind of look at you like, what? Well, they haven't done anything yet. Now, can they? Yeah, but they've got to do something that they've never done together and work to get there to do that. So I think they're trying. And that's why I said I special group, and we're having fun. We got a long way to go, though.
Said that Elijah was hurt. I mean, I kind of saw him kind of.
Yeah, he's got a bad hamstring. He's got a bad hamstring, so he's had it, and that's why he hadn't practiced. But I'm playing him a lot of minutes, and he plays hard and does a lot of great things. But he's got a sore hamstring, and we just got to make sure he take care of him. We got to give him rest.
Stretch in the second half. Did you get the sense that you were kind of putting the team on your back in that stretch?
Not really. I was just trying to do things to help my team win, and tonight they called on me, and luckily I made some shots.
In that stretch, what was working? Obviously they were getting you touches. How were they getting you touches?
I think in the beginning of the second half we won a lot of post touches, and Zimmerman's a big kid, and I think Huss was telling me to face him up and stuff. So then towards the end of the second half, Coach Neal got me on some face ups and some elbow touches where I can attack the basket.
Did you get the sense of the way the game was going down the stretch? Corners just hitting threes. He was 5 for 5 from 3 in the second half. Did you get the sense that it was a you versus corner sort of battle at times?
No, but once I look back on it, I can see how everybody thought that I'll come down and score, and then he'd come down and hit a three, and it's like we just needed one stop, and he would keep hitting threes. So during those stretches, we just got to get stops on defense.
What was the plan on Zimmerman defensively?
Just throw a bunch of different things at him. Don't let him get comfortable and, see the same defense. He's a great player, and obviously he had a big night tonight. But we just tried to throw different things at him, double him out of timeouts sometimes, and, trying to take away some things.
The game January 12th in Las Vegas, it wasn't a horrible game for you, but you did foul out. You had 8 points. Wasn't your best game for sure. How much of that game was in your mind coming into this game?
A little bit. I was more upset about the loss than, how I individually played. I knew I had to step up and play a lot better than I did on the road to help my team win tonight. But, of course, that bad taste is in your mouth. I think as a group we didn't play our best game, including me, like you said. So tonight we just wanted to get a big win.
What was that last few minutes like for you in the game? You get that first one to drop. Is it just like blood in the water where you feel like you have an advantage? You're just feeling it, that type of deal?
Kind of, but Coach just kept calling my number. He had a lot of faith in me, and I have a lot of faith in Coach. So he kind of put the ball in my hands, and told me to make the right decision. And that's not always scoring the ball. That might be drawing a couple defenders and passing it to the open guy.
Tim, for you, it seems like you've been very consistent this year as far as your scoring output, but it seems like it's been a quiet 17 or a quiet 18 here, and you go for 29 tonight, and it seemed like a loud 29, especially at the end of the second half. I mean, what was different, do you think, for you? Just was it attacking more?
Yeah, I think I attacked more. I was a little more aggressive tonight, and those games might be a quiet 17 or 18 because they're throughout the duration of the two halves. But when you go 12 straight, then it kind of seems like, wow, it wasn't so quiet.
Coach mentioned there were a lot of NBA guys here to see other people and to be able to shine and do that individually. What does that mean to you when you have that type of audience here?
I didn't know that. I'm not too worried about that, honestly. I'm just glad my team got the win tonight.
What about the crowd tonight?
I loved it. We've been wanting a crowd like this for a while, and we've known to have the best fans and get loud in here. And tonight, I think they did that for us.
You've lost a couple of close games at home. To stare these, coming off the Boise State game, winning a close game up there,
Mm-hmm.
to stare these guys down here at home. What does that say about how you guys have progressed and how much confidence have you given?
I think that shows we're maturing as a group to finish a tight game like this, early in the season, even earlier in the conference season against Wyoming and other games. We lost these games where it was tied going down the stretch or we were up 1 or 2 with a minute or 2 left. So I'm glad we got this win, and I think we're growing up as a team.
Talk about finishing down the stretch, free throws down the stretch.
Yeah.
Really propelled you guys in the last 2 wins
Mhm.
to keep you guys ahead. How far have you guys come in being able to just figure out how to drop those shots late?
I think that's just everybody's getting in the gym. I know X stays in every day and shoots free throws. I try and shoot free throws every day, and I think our guys are realizing that those free throws are important down the stretch, especially on a road like at Boise. We're able to. I think we only missed 1 down the stretch, and tonight I think we might have missed like 2. So knocking down those free throws is huge.
So you 4 games straight. I mean, just how happy are you with where you guys are at your team wise? And I mean, it seems like you guys are gelling a lot more out on the court.
Yeah, I'm glad our team is gelling. We're coming together, but we can't keep looking back. We got to look forward to the next game. We got a big one coming, so we got to get ready for that.
You sat out last year and had to see what playing San Diego State is all about.
Mhm.
Just your thoughts on what you remember about them and just how big of a matchup this is.
Yeah.
Against the first place team.
Well, just from the history, they always have good games in Mexico and San Diego State, and they're a great team, undefeated in conference, and they get after it on defense, and they play good basketball.
You guys were here last year, but you're just practicing, watching. How much can you just grow with these games? Like, how big of a jump do you have from playing games to just practice?
Oh yeah, sitting out and practicing is completely different than playing in games like these. The only way to get experience is actually being in those games. Like, you can watch and see certain things you can do, but nothing can replicate actually being out there on the floor. So I think we still have a lot of learning to do just as the season goes along and we keep playing these games.
All right, thanks, Tim.
Thank you.